Hello, I'm Josh Gaines. Welcome to Deprogramming Christianity. Ooh! I'm stoked. I've wanted to do this for a long time. I'm very excited that you're here. I'm glad that you found this exact course, this workshop at this very moment in your life. You are finding this at precisely the right time to receive and be ready for this information to help you in this process. So this course is for people who have had some association with either Christianity, Catholicism. I think Mormonism would also apply. It's possible that Judaism would also apply, but that's not my particular experience. And it may pertain to other religions as well. There's going to be things that are applicable to any form of religious programming, but please know I don't have any context for Islam or for Judaism or for other world religions as far as my personal experience. Essentially, this class is for people who were raised in the Christian church under Evangelicalism or Baptist or Protestant background. That's who it's going to apply to most. And this is for the people who either are certain that they no longer believe in God, those who are in a process of releasing those beliefs, and it's for people who are not exactly sure but are questioning their faith, that are maybe feeling that a lot of it doesn't add up anymore, and that you're just not sure if these religious dogmas and beliefs and these texts make any sense. And so I am not here to do some kind of scientific or historical teardown. It's not a fucking disproving class, expert debunks Christianity. That stuff, that's not interesting to me. That content exists elsewhere on the internet. If that's what you're looking for, you can find it. There's plenty of places. This is more like I was born into and deeply steeped in that world for years of my life. I fully 100% believed it. Everyone surrounding me believed it. And it was a long, arduous process of that belief and understanding and view of the world being what I think of as uninstalled from my brain. And listen, my ideal student is someone who still has a sense of openness to not a deity and not a God, but something mysterious or magical or mystical or supernatural about this life. Those who have had experiences that felt unexplainable or experiences that felt like you were tapping into or encountering something divine. I'm not going to be trying to convince you or sway you to some new fucking religion. There is a spiritual aspect to this course, absolutely. But it is not tied to any religion or God or deity or organization or group or church or cult. Like, fuck that. Disgusting. You've had enough of that. You've already been programmed enough. All this is offering my perspective on these things and the information that I gleaned along the way while I was exiting Christianity. And I never called myself an atheist because that didn't feel quite right. I knew I didn't believe in God. I knew I didn't believe in Jesus. I knew that I didn't believe in a conscious, intelligent entity who created all this and who was controlling things and who sends people to heaven or hell when they die. That left a long time ago. But I still felt and had experienced that there was something strange going on in this life. And so do I know the exact truth? No! My perspective is constantly evolving still. But for those of you who have grown up in the church, I believe that this will be particularly helpful to you if you still feel something that compels you that is interesting. If you consider yourself an atheist, it's possible that you will still glean from this workshop as well, as long as you can go into it with an open mind, a curiosity, a sense of wonder, a sense of wanting to search and just be exploratory, you know, to just have a sense that this universe is big. This existence, this consciousness, this brain, this awareness that we have is pretty strange. And if you are open at least to the idea of, I'm not sure what is going on here, great. You're welcome to be here. I'm glad to have you. If you're the kind of atheist that's like, I absolutely know that science is king and material reality is the only possibility that there could possibly be, and we are just meat puppets, and when we die, we go to sleep forever, and this is the only life we've ever lived, and we rot into the ground and we feed the worms, and this is just a cold, dead rock floating in an indifferent universe. If you are utterly certain of that, then what do you need to learn from me? You already have all the answers. And I understand that perspective. I get it. You just may not glean from this course, and that's all right. The main thing I am here to do is to convince you that you are not crazy and that you are worthy and valuable, and that if you felt a sense of something spiritual along the way in your time in Christianity, that is valid, and to offer some perspectives, some journal prompts, some meditations, some practices that are going to help you to unravel this thinking and just offer a new way of thinking. And I would encourage you to, a little bit of housekeeping at the end of this intro video. Don't blast through it all in one sitting. I don't think the information is going to soak in well if you just plow through it. Take your time, according to what free time you have in your life. Absorb this hour workshop, absorb the modules maybe one day at a time, approximately over the course of a week or so. Take some time to sit with these ideas. Take some time to meditate on them if you do that. Take some time to journal. Take some time to go on a walk and just ponder it and see, just roll it over in your brain and see if it even resonates. And obviously return to certain sections if you would like to, over and over, as much as you want. This will always remain up and free as long as I'm alive. And also, I would not be so arrogant as to say that this is a one-time cure-all, that it's going to immediately eradicate your years of religious programming and trauma. I'm not trying to claim that it's an immediate fix. That would be unrealistic and false, and that's not how the brain works. This stuff has been, reiterated to you over and over for years, perhaps, and programmed into you. And so it takes the brain time and processing and practice to learn new neural pathways. And that is part of what we're doing. You are going to have tools by the end of this that are going to help you along the way and that you can continue to use. But just recognize this is a process that will take time. And it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be faster for some, slower for others. And that's all right. It's all good. But what you glean from this class will be helpful in that process. It's also going to be fun. Some of the practices are pretty scoundrelly. You ain't never been in a class like this, that's for sure, because Josh Gaines is the teacher. Healing and recovering from religious trauma can actually be pretty fucking exciting. You know why? Because religion is so boring. So we're here to have fun. This is going to be fun. You're going to be liberating yourself from old delusions that you no longer need and cracking yourself up to a new way of being, of living life with a sense of fullness and openness and beauty and wonder, and absorbing all of the joys that there are to be had in this life. It's going to be awesome. When you shed that stuff that you don't need anymore, there's so much freedom and delight that can come along with it. And some of the practices are fucking pretty wily. All right, let's fucking go. Let's get to the modules.